Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here. 25. First carry for James Conner. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now it's Blau on second down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Blau setting up to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away.
Back deep, Brandon Powell.
He'll take it at the 42. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Hall. His throw incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Off the play fake. Hall gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Now a handoff to Chandler. He's got room at the 30.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Ty Chandler.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust them.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Hall throwing to start the drive.
Got a man. It's Tristan Jackson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
To throw it is Hall. Off play action.
It's Jackson again on the reception.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Tristan Jackson from 4 yards out. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Well, with this rookie QB, and we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if the ball comes down.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Blau. And he comes back with one complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Blau to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40.
They're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throw left side, complete to Harry. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 17-0 our score after 1. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, and for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. You start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. This is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Takes it at the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. He threw the pick 6 the last time out just a moment ago. Now 3 total interceptions for him in this ball game. He's had his struggles. 1st and 10 here.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Brian Asamoah making the play defensively, meeting him behind the line for a loss. Throwing is Blau. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
Here's Powell on the return.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Hall buying time to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now Hall on 1st and 10.
Battled by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes the catch.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about that tip ball going their way? They've got to have a lot of confidence because so far, seems like everything is going their way.
On the other side, they're just hoping that second half it's a little bit of flip the script.
Yeah, let's see if they can hang in there mentally because...
And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings!
Ty Chandler
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the rout is on here in this first half. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Ty Chandler. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Brown. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And he'll be out right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. We'll get this to about the 38.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the gun, it's Blau. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Connor up the middle. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, the return is Powell. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And they will take over 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Here's Hall, throwing on 1st down. In trouble, and he's taken down. L.J. Collier just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Greg Dortch back deep. This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. And it's a pretty good this up to the 29. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they scored here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Hall has it knocked loose.
And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Second and 3.
And that is incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
He's going to use his legs here.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Out of the gun, Blau. And this is incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's third down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it around. But that brings up fourth. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Really the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. Looking to throw. Hall. Right side caught by Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Back to throw. Hall completes it to the fullback, Ham.
And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Hall now on first down. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
And that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get through at the end,
sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The football going back over to Arizona now. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today.
Following the punt return here, there was someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for drinks.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Chandler on second down.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The Vikings on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Hall. Got his man. That's Harry. Touchdown, Vikings. N'Keal Harry, 43 yards. And the Vikings continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth.
Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
This one fielded at the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting a picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This is taken at the 23. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And out now come the Vikings.
We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
Cliff Kingsbury is saying, hey, let's take another review. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's Chandler. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Chandler. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Back to throw. Hall. And that's incomplete. But this junk... We see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
They run it with Chandler. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further. We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pass.
This one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of have this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do them? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Blau as they will look to throw on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense, through the shutout, Adam, I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there